all you all.
He's talking to all of you.
Yeah.
All.
This guy here, Colt, Travis, has a top 5 that he's going to put in your ear holes.
And your eye holes.
No double sticking allowed. And I know that we can just skip number 1 because we all know it's Roman Reigns.
I'm going to kill him.
Let's find out which 5 people in the May month were the favoritist of Colt, Travis in the May month edition of the Travis Colt's Top 5.
Thank you, Hog, Kevin. That's weird to say. Yes. So, the people that are not eligible for this week or this month's top 5 are Dalton Castle, Juan Francisco de Coronado, Breezango, the Hardy Boys, and Braun Strowman. Therefore, May had a lot of stuff going on. Looking at it, there was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of there was a lot more than I expected when I sat down to decide who was going to be on this top 5. It came to me very quickly because there was a lot of people that did some pretty monumental shit through the month of May. So starting with number 5, we're going to take a trip over to Ring of Honor / New Japan because at War of the Worlds we had a switcheroo in the Bullet Club. We traded Adam Cole, baby, for the villain Marty Scurll.
Babe. No. Doesn't work.
Whoop whoop. That's his thing.
There's weird connotations with that.
Chicken wing. Marty Scurll, chicken wing.
Wang.
No, Marty Scurll has I didn't know a whole lot about him until he joined up with Ring of Honor, and immediately he became one of my favorite guys to watch. He's just a great character. Watching him on Being the Elite is super funny.
Yeah.
And he had a grand introduction to the Bullet Club with Kenny Omega, with the Young Bucks, taking out Adam Cole, hitting him in the face with the umbrella.
Ella.
A wonderful transition into this group, and then continuing with his T-shirts and his his Instagram posts and stuff. He is on cloud fucking 9 being with the Bullet Club. And
essentially what I feel like is this is something they've planned for months in advance, and now that it finally comes to fruition and he can actually talk about it and reveal it.
Yeah.
He's just so it's a weight off of his shoulders.
Yeah. Just the whole intro of it at War of the Worlds, the Bullet Club umbrella. It just fits so perfectly. His whole new black gear get up with the studded mask that he wears. It's so cool. I'm loving Marty Scurll, what he's doing right now. I'm excited to see where he goes he's still super young, so he's got a ton of time to be even better at what he does.
You wouldn't tell by looking at him.
No.
He's a haggard-looking individual.
Well, so's Pete Dunn, and he's 24.
He's still baby-faced looking, though.
Yes, sort of.
He just looks like somebody drug Leonardo DiCaprio from Gangs of New York, on some gravel.
You're
Face
right.
first on some gravel, yeah.
You're right. But Marty Scurll is number 5.
Alright, who's number 4?
Speaking of Pete Dunn,
hey!
Number 4, NXT TakeOver Chicago might as well have been in the UK because the UK Championship was on the line. Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne is at number 4 because this match tore the fucking house down as the second match on the card.
It tore the house down and it rebuilt it, and then it tore half the house down again.
Yes. There were so many emotions in this match. The chemistry between the two, the ups and downs, the crowd they could not stop getting excited for the continuation of this match.
Yeah.
There were 3 different standing ovations throughout the match.
Yep.
The crowd was continuously on fire. The chants didn't stop. It was near perfection in a wrestling match because they had the crowd hooked from beginning to end. And then to cap it off with Pete Dunne becoming the second ever UK champion just made it that much more special because now we've seen Tyler Bate defend the championship a few times. We've seen, his grand coronation as becoming the first ever UK champion. Now we get to see what Pete Dunne does, who is a complete opposite of Tyler Bate.
Yeah, I really only had one downfall with Pete Dunne winning the UK championship.
Really?
Is I really felt like Tyler Bate never had a high-profile title win.
That's fair.
The win itself was a high-profile win, like the winning the tournament in 2 days. But the fact that they didn't have the UK special yet until right before Takeover.
Right.
That I felt like the only thing that would have amplified Pete Dunne's championship win is if we had seen Tyler Bate win a UK title defense that had a build-up.
Okay.
Because there was no build-up to any of the UK title defenses.
No.
It was literally
That's the downside of not having the championship on a show continuously.
Yeah.
The only real build-up we got was to this match at Chicago because we even had ourselves a number 1 contenders match between Pete Dunne and Trent Seven.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that it was but there wasn't a build-up. So, I mean, the fact that Pete Dunne was the first guy to face Tyler Bate, where we were Tyler Bate could lose the title.
Yeah.
I don't think no one I know thought that Trent Seven or Jack Gallagher were going to beat Tyler Bate.
No.
So, that being said, the match was amazing.
Yeah.
And as far as the rest of the year goes, there's probably not going to be many matches that even touch how good that match was.
Yeah.
Especially in the realm of WWE.
Well, I'm excited at wondering if there is a rematch set.
Oh, probably.
Because now we do have 1 win for Tyler Bate and we have 1 win for Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
So I would love a UK championship match 2 out of 3 falls.
That'd be nice.
I think that would be a great way.
That would take an hour, though.
I'm fine with that. It can take the first hour of SummerSlam if it wants to.
I doubt it.
I'm just saying.
It'll be just Takeover before SummerSlam.
That's fine too. So Brooklyn 3.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll do that. So yeah, Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate with Pete Dunne's title win at number 4.
Number 3!
Number 3 is a tag team. And we're talking about the tag team of Penta El Cero Miedo and Phoenix. Because on top, or Tiny Birdhouse Jr., as we like to call him over here.
I don't call him that anymore.
No?
So it's not Pentagon Jr.
That's true. Alright.
He's just Penta El Zom.
Penta El Zum. I don't know. The reason I'm putting them on number 3 is not only are they the PWG Tag Team Champions, but now with Pentagon being the Heritage Champion in AAW, Phoenix and AR Fox recently, in the month of May, won the AAW Tag Team titles. So the Lucia Brothers, who I had never heard of prior to Lucha Underground, have literally transcended Lucha Underground as a show itself, which, from what we can gather from the new trailer, they are still on the show.
Yeah.
Which is great to know. Plus, they've still been posting pictures of Pentagon on their Facebook page. They've transcended this show, which was just kind of like, hey, if you're a wrestling fan, here's a new type of wrestling to watch. Now, they are 2 of the biggest independent stars in the world right now. And so to be recognized in 2 very prominent independent promotions is a big thing for two guys like this who 2 years ago I didn't even know they were a thing. So I'm excited to see what else they're capable of doing as a tag team, as singles competitors. Are they going to become bigger stars in Lucha Underground? What other promotions can we see them going to? It's exciting to see these two, who are dynamically different.
Yes.
As far as their in-ring style goes, make such a cohesive unit. If you haven't seen their match against the Young Bucks, it's on YouTube. Fantastic match. It's just they're so much fun to watch in every aspect, and I love the fact that they are being shined on.
Was that the PWG tag match?
No, it was a match that they had in Mexico.
Oh.
It was for I can't remember what.
Super Kick titles.
No, I can't remember what promotion it was. Like off the top of my head, I can't remember what the promotion was. But no, it was a great match. If I find it, I might put a link down in the description. But yeah, I'm excited to see what else these two are capable of doing, because they're two of my favorites to watch in any sort of situation. All right, number 2.
Dose.
We're going back to Chicago.
CM Punk.
Nope.
Deep Dish Pizza.
Back to NXT.
Michael Jordan.
Because Michael Jordan's in NXT? Jason Jordan was in NXT. Talking about Takeover. We talked about
that buff referee guy.
Yep, totally him. We talked about Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate tearing the house down and then building it back up and then tearing it halfway down. Well, then the Authors of Pain and DIY then built it back up and tore that motherfucker back down again. But it was what followed the ladder match left the biggest impact on me as far as that pay-per-view was, or as far as that takeover was concerned.
Guys, I can't stress enough how I feel like I missed a huge opportunity.
He watched it before me.
And didn't take a picture of his face.
There are very few things in wrestling that have ever broken my heart. The loss of the streak was a very depressing moment. Like, the things that make me react, like, I don't understand how wrestling works.
Damian Sandow failing to cash in Money in the Bank successfully.
That was depressing.
It tore him apart.
The way I reacted
when Alberto turned on Ricardo.
Man, I don't give a fuck about Alberto Del Rio.
Who?
Alberto El Patron.
That guy.
Paige's bitch. Paige's daddy, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well.
I mean, he could be old enough.
Yeah. Anyway, there were two different sides to this whole situation between DIY. And starting with number 2, it was the confusion, the desperation, and the sadness in the eyes of one Johnny Gargano. As vicious as the attack was, what really sold it for me was Johnny literally trying to understand what was happening and why it was happening. Just the fact that he had already gone through the ladder match, and now he was on the receiving end of an ass whooping from a guy that he had been teaming with for the last year.
Longer than that.
2 years, I mean. He was literally reaching up. Like, I have never felt so much emotion for someone before. Like, I felt so bad for Johnny Gargano. And just watching him struggle with what was happening and not being able to stop it, and watching him have to just go through that was heartbreaking. And that's because Johnny Gargano is fucking good at what he does.
Yeah, and I've been a big Johnny Gargano fan since probably
Absolutely.
2010.
Yeah, it's been a good while.
And
Chikara does that.
that's one of the biggest things about Johnny Gargano that draws me to him as a wrestler is his ability to emote.
Yeah.
Whether he's a babyface or a heel, his ability to convey emotions during a match or during a segment or whatever. Like if you look back at King of Trios a couple years ago, and he super kicks tiny Japanese woman in the face. The way he gloats about it and dances around made me feel, honestly, like he was legitimately proud of kicking a woman in the face like that.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
That was on his bucket list.
Yeah.
And he got to cross that off because Chikara does great things like that.
So it's moments like that where, Gargano has that ability to really convey a good story through not just the traditional means of the wrestling match, but just with his face.
Yeah. So.
And body language.
That being said, number 1 goes to the other side of that beatdown, and that is Tommaso Ciampa. In the very same way, like I said, very few things make me react this way. Very few heel turns feel unexpected. Makes it feel like it makes you wonder why it's happening. Not because you're like, oh God, this doesn't make sense, but like, oh my God, what is happening right now? It's making you react very much in the way that Johnny Gargano was. And this
one punched you in the gut.
The only 2 heel turns in my mind that I can think of that made me feel the same way was Seth Rollins turning on the Shield and Kevin Owens attacking Sami Zayn. Both of those moments had the same feeling that this did. And watching the initial tossing of Johnny Gargano into the stage area, I almost didn't feel like it was real. And then I watched Ciampa drive his knee into Johnny's face twice. And then I watched him put him through tables. And all the while, I'm watching Ciampa do this like nothing is wrong with it. He had made up his mind. I think there was at one point where he maybe thought like he was doing something wrong, and then that switch immediately happened, and he was dead set on dropping Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. He had that look on his face that I call it the serial killer look.
The psycho killer.
Yeah, where it's just kind of like no moral filter.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And on top of that, being the last day of May, we got his explanation as to why he did it.
Yeah.
And just to hear him tell this story made that heel turn all the more prominent, all the more real, and made it actually feel like Tommaso Ciampa hated the idea of being replaced, hated the idea that Johnny was going to choose someone else to be his tag team partner.
Yeah, this is a thing that, go back and watch our NXT review, because we touch on this a lot more.
Yeah.
And how I talked about where at the end of the promo, by the end of it, a good number of people in the crowd were actually clapping and cheering for Tommaso Ciampa, which I think was kind of the opposite of what they were trying to get to happen, because obviously this was the heel turn.
Yeah.
Let's smash the most popular team in the last year of NXT. it's it was a good explanation. But another reason why I think it wasn't quite as effective in making Tommaso Ciampa seem like a bad guy is his concern is actually something that I think it like resonated with people.
Yeah.
And it's like a real thing that people can like relate to.
Yeah, it's a true emotion that people feel on a regular basis.
Yeah, and like a lot of the times when you want like a backstab heel turn to work, you kind of have to get at it at like a real selfish, like, oh, I want all the spotlight on me.
Yeah.
Where that wasn't what Ciampa was saying. He's like, well, if, you know, like, I don't want to be replaced. Like, he just seemed like genuinely like, I just want to be here.
Yeah. He almost did it out of desperation.
Yeah.
It was like it was the only logical conclusion he could come to protect himself.
Yeah, so like the fact that it wasn't for his personal gain, he wasn't getting a title shot out of it, he wasn't like doing anything because he knew he was going to be gone for the next X amount of months for an injury anyways.
Yeah. He didn't even say like, oh, Johnny Gargano was terrible, oh, he held me back or anything like that. He put Johnny over.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, good promo, good heel turn, but like the combination of those two together, they sort of like started overlapping in weird ways that don't quite make Ciampa look like a heel again. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they take it.
Yeah. Now I needed to put those two together.
Yeah.
So I didn't put a break in between our 2 and 1 like I normally do. So I'm going to have you finish off this video with your honorable mentions for the month of May, sir.
Alrighty. My first honorable mention goes to Alberto El Patron.
Ooh.
Mainly despite you.
Alright, that's fine.
And, I don't know, I didn't really, like, read any backstory on it, but Paige tweeted, something about Alberto actually saved some kid's life.
Really?
Yeah. That, and he verbally bitch-slapped Paige's dad. That was amazing.
That's true.
That was one of the zingingest tweets I have ever seen anybody.
We added that in an indie news a couple weeks ago when it happened, and yes.
And like, even if it didn't happen in this month, I'm still giving it to it because that one's gonna burn for like at least 3 months.
Yeah, no, Paige's dad is still using some ice.
Yeah. My next one is going to be I forgot who my middle person was.
Oh, you have 3.
Yeah. Because I threw that one on at the last minute to spite you because you said I don't care about Alberto.
I don't like Alberto El Patron.
Man, no, I don't remember. Well, then I'm just gonna go straight up to the Authors of Pain.
Hey.
For really kind of blowing the expectations out of the water as far as how effective and good they looked during a ladder match, which is something that really obviously isn't going to be their forte.
No, and it always makes you wonder when a big guy is going to be in a ladder match. Like, I remember the first time I heard Kane was going to be in a ladder match. I was like...
The inaugural Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I was just like, man, like, what is he... How is he going to add anything to this? And then he goes in there and he fucking does it.
Yeah.
And the Authors of Pain, especially being as new as they are, there was a bit more of a worry, especially, the last couple of days realizing that Ciampa was hurt. It made you really think, like, are they going to be able to pull this off? Are they going to be able to, like, not make it seem clunky? And they did a great fucking job.
Yeah.
Did you remember your third guy?
Nope.
Well, we'll do a little outro here. If you do remember the person, or if you decide a third one, just yell out the name.
Fair.
Alright. That's it for my May top 5. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Be sure to comment down below who would your top 5 of the month of May be. Do you disagree with any of the people that I choose? You can, but doesn't mean I'm going to change it.
If you do, fuck off.
Yeah, really. Because it's mine. But be sure...
This isn't like a video labeled Travis Colt and others top 5.
Yeah. But But if you want to put your top 5s down in the comments, we do appreciate that. We can start a conversation that way. We appreciate all the people that have been commenting. We love conversation starters. Plus, it allows us to add a few things to our videos and whatnot. But be sure to click all the links. Check out the podcast where we get our regular reviews every single week. Check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's Reasonable the W.
Like wrestling, where you get our pay-per-view punishments. We got some more backlog ones coming up. You can go check out Me Being Chopped. There won't be one for Extreme Rules because we weren't sure how many matches and how good the pay-per-view is. There's a whole lot of gray area for Extreme Rules, so we're foregoing the wager for this one. But you can check out all the other ones. Yeah. So for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
But I remember Tectonic, because on May 7th he became the first wrestler to hold the NWA Heritage Championship for a third time.
Shout out to you, Tectonic. Thanks, Brown Shop.